And it is our interest that will bring these issues to the fore and to seek your partnership in ensuring that your platform, very large following, can begin to communicate with Nigerian people. We are excited and humbled by the outcome of the election in Osun, particularly against the backdrop that Nigerians appears in our own reckoning an assessment that the messaging of PDP is resonating. The need for responsibility in government, the need for the people to have a say in who governs them. And then if you recall, and I think I want to put it on record to thank you, the press, the support at the time we're asking for improvements and that the president should sign the Electoral Act. We must recognize that the new Electoral Act has substantially assisted this nation to ensure that the concern that many Nigerians had in the past about vote not counting have been limited to a very large extent. We're not there, but we can continue to improve. That's the first page. Let's try to start, and I think we're doing well there. So I'll go right now to the text of this press conference, which is about all the issues, contemporary issues happening right now in our country, which must give all of us sober reflection. So welcome to this press conference, and I thank you again for coming. The People's Democratic Party is appalled by the enunciating, blasphemous, and unpardonable act by the All Progressive Congress in hiring street artisans, fraudsters, and touts, and criminally dressing them in bishop vestments to orchestrate an endorsement for its collapsing presidential campaign. The PDP, in the strongest term, condemned these profane and highly provocative acts of desperation by the sinking APC presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in the face of APC's collapsing leadership, membership, and followership structure across the country. Nigerians were seeking by videos and pictorial evidence of known mechanics, bus conductors, and fraudsters sacrilegiously being dressed in fake bishop vestment and paid to endorse the unveiling of Asiwaju Tinubu's widely rejected running mate, Senator Kashim Shettima. Such action is unacceptable and unbecoming of any individual aspiring to a leadership position at any level, let alone the office of the president. This is an embarrassment to leadership. With this scandalous act, Asiwaju Tinubu, who is still battling with issues of alleged perjury, non-existent certificate, and allegations of extortion, have become more ethically challenged and lost all moral standing to seek election as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. More sickening is the outcry by the Herodians that they were defrauded by agents of the APC presidential candidate who paid them sums ranging from 30,000 to 40,000 as against the 100,000 they were earlier promised. It is therefore ludicrous that instead of being remorseful and asking for forgiveness, the APC presidential campaign is shamelessly posting lame denials of its involvement in the shameless venture. Our party is not surprised by the attitude of the APC presidential campaign. Such is consistent with the character and DNA of the APC, which was never a political party, but a special purpose vehicle, SPV, hurriedly put together by conflicting bedfellows and incoherent sailors clubbed together for remote personal gain, and whose only interest is to defraud Nigerians through falsehood, lies, deceit, bribery, temporary loyalty purchase, and you must be interested in this one, temporary temporary loyalty purchase. They buy you now, anymore. That's what happened at their convention. They purchase loyalty temporarily without interest. Corruption of established institutions and violation of rules without regard to the feelings, sensibilities, and well-being of Nigerians. With this ugly episode, Nigerians now know the individual who has been the planner and executor of the lies, false promises, and corruption of the APC that have brought disunity, excruciating hardship, mass killings, and political instability in the country in the last 7 years. Under the corrupt and deceptive government, Ashwaju confessed to have helped to install, our productive sector have been completely wrecked. The over $550 billion economy, largest in Africa and 26 globally, with the naira value of 167 naira to the dollar, handed over by the PDP, has been brought to its knees, with the naira now crawling at 665 naira to a dollar today. And I think that's very sad. Under Ashwaju APC government, Nigeria's debt stock has astronomically risen from 12 trillion naira under the PDP to 41.6 trillion naira, with our nation going broke as debt servicing costs has now surpassed government revenue with over 300 billion. So we're constantly under deficit financing. Today, millions of businesses have been shut down due to harsh economic policies, and in case in point, it's a very critical sector of the aviation. Aero contractor just shut down about a week ago. And with the consequences on the economy, the unemployment, the value chain in terms of production, people that provide water for the services, that provide other services that are probably not known to us, all that is gone, and we cannot quantify that in terms of numbers. Unemployment has risen to over 35%. Cost of food items, medication, and essential services have skyrocketed beyond the reach of over 90 million Nigerians, are no longer able to afford daily meals and other basic necessities of life. What a tragedy, and it's indeed a tragedy for us. We know that as a country, and we must roll back this cliff-bound nation and economy. It is now crystal clear to Nigerians why the people of Ashwaju's ancestral state of Osun State and the Southwest geopolitical zone, which ought to be his natural stronghold, outrightly rejected him and his APC in the July 16, 2022 governorship election in Osun State. PDP's sweeping victory and the spontaneous jubilation across the country are direct statement by Nigerians on their resolve to stand on the platform of the PDP to free themselves from the agonizing stranglehold of the lying, cruel, self, and life-discounting APC and its presidential candidate. Furthermore, Ashwaju Tinubu's humiliating rejection in Abuja, where he had reportedly rushed to in a desperate bid to frustrate the smooth conclusion of the Osun State governorship election, is a clear testimonial that the APC presidential candidate has been roundly deflated. Our party is privy to reports of how doors were locked against the APC leader in Abuja, and how their frantic telephone calls and corrupt offers to truncate the elections were turned down. The APC presidential candidate can recall that our party had, in a statement on June 8, 2022, cautioned him that he will soon realize that Nigeria is not one of his acquired estate of fiefdom, and that Nigerians are not his political string puppets and retinue of lackeys from whom he bought the APC presidential ticket. Now that the APC president has lost the basic required leadership, integrity, and having been exposed and roundly rejected in his ancestral home of Osun, the Southwest, and across our country, our party counsels him to immediately withdraw from the 2023 presidency to avoid further disgrace. Nigerians cannot afford to have established fraudsters, liars, deceivers, perjurers, swindlers, and corrupt individuals at the helm of affairs in our country. Such individual can only superintend over a deceptive, fraudulent, and duplicitous administration and worsen the woes faced by our nation under the current inhumane and rudderless APC administration. The APC president candidate and his party should know that it is in his own interest to withdraw from the race, as it will be futile to go into an election in which the will and aspiration of the people are manifestly against him and the APC. Ashwaju has no political fighting chance in the face of the soaring popularity of PDP's very competent, candid, transparent, people-oriented, and much more prepared presidential candidate, His Excellency Atiku Abubakar at the poll. The PDP is poised for a winning campaign, and as always, our party is open to suggestions and further collaborations with well-meaning Nigerians as we collectively march to liberate our nation in the 2023 elections. I thank you for listening, and may God bless you all. Nice weekend. Thank you.
Colleagues, you listen to the MPs. You listen to the press conference address by the MPs. Obviously, I know the questions. So, if you have questions, do kindly signify by raising up your hand.
Thank you, NPS, for this very, very good presentation. You asked Asiwaju to withdraw, and you also linked in that Bishop silence. He came out clearly to deny knowledge about that bishop. Why will you still link in with it? Thank you.
Thank you very much. The essence of this press conference is about to emphasize leadership and responsibility in leadership. The one called vicarious stability in law, that when you appoint someone, then you are responsible for his action. He has a presidential campaign council, headed by him. And there were evidence, not me, it's in the public domain. There are pictures, there are videos, and there are comments by individuals who admitted that in Abuja here, they were just called upon as some mechanic or should be behind in a public place. So it's not me, it's not PDP safe. It is their own agents, their own people, for which he, as their leader, is responsible. So, when it can come out, Nigerians now know that just like anything in life, there's an expiry date. Even lies have NAFDAC numbers. Expiry date. Now, the lies of APC, the lies by the sponsor of APC, I tried to gloatingly say, I brought this government to power. Again, he has responsibility for their actions under the leadership subordinate principle. So, he can say anything. But the Nigerian people are very smart. And that was demonstrated very adequately at Osun. But they're smart. That the temporary loyalty purchase syndrome will no longer work. You saw videos where people said, and they sang it in Yoruba, probably you don't understand what that means. But they've got money and they voted their conscience. That's exactly what we want Nigerians to do. To do the right thing, vote for their future, get away from this liberation, and then we need some kind of hope for this country. We're disturbed by the insecurity. When every day we're now being stifled, even to exist. That today, the dollar is 665. I'm sure you feel it. Your organization feel it. You're probably running 100% on diesel. I understand today is 900 naira. I don't know what we're going to do. We just need to stop this hemorrhage we're breathing badly. So when you claim to be a leader, take responsibility and then take action. We're expecting, and again, even that aspect of even denying it would look to me to be an irresponsible statement. Number one, these are your subordinates, take action, take responsibility. We're tired of people saying, no, I didn't know about it, it's somebody else. And like I always say, if you don't want the heat, don't go near the kitchen. Thank you.
Good day, sir. I have two questions. Number one is that you alleged that Asiwaju rushed back from Osun to come and see how he can sort out the result of the election. I can't remember the exact word he used. But we actually read that night that he had a meeting with party state chairman. Probably you may throw some light on what you know and we do not know. Number two, you used strong words calling him a fraudster. About 3 or 4 point names, strong words. My thinking is that you are hitting below the belt. I should have wanted to see a situation where we discuss issues so that we don't begin to fight too early by calling a presidential candidate a fraudster, a trickster. There are about 3 or 4 names, bad, terrible names that you used. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me make a clarification straight off. We're very conscious of what he said. There are 2 issues reason I've started with this second one. In that statement, and I'm sure you have the text, if you can then interrogate when you see that. I mean, these are all in the public domain. I said alleged. That word is very carefully put. There are allegations that he has no certificate, that he has lied. Alright? Those are allegations in the public domain, and I'm sure you are aware of that. So what I'm just saying is reiterating those already in the public domain, that he's an accused of that. Then again, he has responsibility, if he seeks to be the leader of Nigeria, to address those concerns. And I'm sure you agree with me. If anybody wants to lead us, he must be available for us to interrogate. If there are allegations, he has a duty. Only yesterday, I'm aware from the reporting that the party AA had gone to court to compare the IG of police to compare the IG under the reach of mandamus, and the order was granted, compelling the IG to investigate those allegations against him about perjury. And the point is made was that in the report of the State House of Assembly when he was governor, because the report actually showed, that is according to them, not me, as in the public domain you can read it out, that the report actually therein he accepted, admitted that he had lied on that oath. That's a serious issue. Lying on that oath is very serious. You remember that Salisu Buhari had to leave the National Assembly as Speaker on account of the fact that there was a pejorative. So, until we begin to the whole before accountable authority, when it comes to the issue of perjury, it's not just fun. So it's not me accusing him. It is allegation in the public space, and they're there to verify. Now he has opportunity to now confront those allegations and deal with them. Because if indeed he was as alleged, and people are admitted as agents in the APC President Campaign Council that actually recruited mechanics, artisans, known fraudsters, to wear bishop vestments. Come on. If anybody, I think you should come ahead and condemn him rather than say I thought I will. You should actually come to condemn, and we're still waiting for that condemnation.
Yes.
And the APC has the right to do that.
Yes.
That's my expectation. That's what I think Nigerians will expect. We want leadership that's accountable, that can call to action, and they can speak to us straight up. That's the expectation. So, I don't know if that answers the question. The other one answered
The first one.
which is about.
It's rushing to Abuja.
Okay, fine. Thank you. That's good. Again, that's in the public domain. I didn't read this up. You all read it. I read it. Well, there will be always be an explanation for any movement. But knowing the way APC operates, it is most unlikely that he will leave. We should go in the middle of the county. He's a smart politician. We'll give it to him. But when you see the future, you can smell it. And you know that the assets of this. So it is for him to say, I didn't come here to do that. But it is in the public domain that he came. And the doors were shut at him. And the phones were put off at highest level. But again, he should speak to all this.